Well, hi there. Welcome to ChessBase Workshop. My name is Steve Lopez. Thank you for clicking on that link and joining us for this presentation today. Today's presentation deals with registering your software, activation codes, that type of thing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because Ribka 4 just came out. Just hit the street here with less than a week ago as I record this. And what this presentation is geared toward is the people who own more than one ChessBase playing program. We have Fritz 12, we have Shredder 12, we have Ribka 4, we have version of Hierarchs now. There's 4 different ones that we offer. What we're going to look at here is how to activate your software if you have more than one ChessBase playing program. The other thing is how to do it online and offline. You can activate your software without actually having that computer connected to the internet. So we're going to cover all these topics today. The important thing to realize is this: your activation codes all end in different numbers. I'm going to show you what I mean here directly. But the first thing you have to do, because they end in different numbers, the Ribka 4 one ends in the digits RY4, Fritz 12 ends in F12, etc. So what you have to do is, before you try to activate your software, you have to take an initial step, and I'm going to show it to you right now. You go to this green button in the upper left corner. It's called the application menu. It gets you to a whole bunch of different places in this software that you might not otherwise be aware of. Click on it. You get a menu that appears. Go the whole way to the bottom and click on Options. What you have is a whole bunch of tabs that you can click on to get to different things in your software, and what we want to look at is the Version tab. Click on the Version tab, and what we have here is you have a pull down. And here's all the different pieces of software that you have installed. You have Fritz 12, Shredder 12, Ribka 4. Mostly this is cosmetic stuff. Basically, if you select Fritz 12 when you start the program, it'll have the Fritz 12 splash screen. One of your commands will be play Fritz. If you select Ribka 4 instead, you'll get the Ribka splash screen, and one of the commands will say play Ribka. A lot of it is just cosmetic. However, this is one of the cases in which the version that you choose is absolutely crucial. So after you've installed your new piece of software, let's say you just got Ribka 4, you've installed it, go to, let me back up and show you again how we got here. Go to the green button, go to Options, go to the Version tab, where it says GUI version, pull it down, and select the piece of software that you just installed and you have not activated yet, that you've not yet registered. In this case, it'll be Ribka 4 for me. So I click on this, I click OK, and it appears like nothing happened, but trust me, it did. Now, to activate your software, go back to the green button, and you've got an activation menu off to the side. If you click on the green button and go down here to activation, another menu pops open, and you have two options: activate and activate offline. I'm not going to click on them in this video while I'm in the software here. And the reason for that is because just for a second, when you select activate or activate offline, you get a little screen that opens up, and it gives you the activation codes of all the different pieces of software that you've already installed. Now, I don't feel like giving away any activation codes today. I'm sorry. It's not Christmas. So I'm going to do this through a picture instead. So I'm going to show you how to activate offline and online. There's two different procedures. Now, my computer that I'm doing these videos on is offline. I keep it off I keep it off the internet for reasons I have already explained a number of times, but primarily it's because all the things that you have to put on your computer to allow you safe surfing slows down your computer and degrades video performance. And I'd like to be able to keep doing these videos for you, so I keep this laptop off the internet. So I'm going to show you the dialog that you get for activating offline. So we'll go down here, we'll pull up a picture. The online and offline activation dialogues appear very similar. In fact, what you get are 2 things in the online activation and 3 fields that you need to fill in with offline activation. We're going to talk about offline activation first because it's a little more complicated. So let me get through that. First of all, you have activation key. That's the number that's on the cover of your Ribka or Fritz manual. Now here we're activating Ribka. As I told you before, the last digits are already filled in, RY4. Make sure that these last digits match whatever program you're trying to activate. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So that's why we went to that previous step where we picked the GUI version, whether it was Ribka, whether it was Shredder, whether it was Hierarchs, whether it was Fritz. That was the reason for that first step, so that this would appear properly. I have not activated my Ribka yet, so I have a blank with RY4 filled in this last field. The remaining fields will be found on the cover of your Ribka 4 manual. It's in the DVD case with the DVD. Type them all in. Be very careful with the way you type it in. Now, I'm going to tell you, every time a new program comes out, we get deluged with, I can't activate my program, something's wrong. 99 times out of 100, and I'm not exaggerating, it's user error. It's things like confusing a 1 with a capital I. It's things like confusing a 2 with a letter Z, an 8 with a letter B, and of course the old bugaboo of zeros and letter O's. Go back, try other combinations. 99 times out of 100. In fact, I don't know of a single case, I'm actually being generous here, because I don't know of any single case that I've personally dealt with where somebody could not activate their software if they typed in the registration, the activation code properly. So when I say 99 times out of 100, I'm allowing a little bit of wiggle room there, but I've never seen it yet where if you did it right, where it didn't work. So all the times I've dealt with is because somebody typed in a 2 instead of a Z, or a 1 instead of an I, whatever. Just be very careful with the way you type it in. Type all that in here. Then you got your little eye chart thing here where you have to type in the letters. You put them in here. Now, if you're activating your software offline, okay, if your computer is not connected to the internet and you're doing an offline activation, at that point that you have entered that information, the activation key and your little eye chart puzzle here, all these X's next to hardware ID suddenly become letters and numbers. You have another activation code there. What you need to do is write it down and do it very carefully. Again, make sure that the 2's are 2's and not Z's, etc. Do it very carefully, write it down, and then tote your manual and that number you wrote down after hardware ID, tote them over to a computer that is connected to the internet. With me, I had to go 3 feet to my left here and get on one of my online computers and do it there. However, you could also do it from a work computer. You could do it from a computer at the library, internet kiosk, whatever it happens to be. Go to this website, www.fritzserver.eu/activation. It's all right there. Go to that website, and what you'll have to do is enter your activation key again, enter your hardware ID number you just wrote down again, and there'll be another little eye chart puzzle for you to do. And when you do all that, you'll get another activation key number. Write it down, bring it back to your offline computer. In my case, it's this laptop that I'm presently making this video on, and I will type it in here in these 3 boxes, and when I'm done, I click OK, and if I've done it all correctly, I get a pop-up that says activation successful. So you do not have to have a computer that is directly connected to the internet to do an activation of Ribka or Fritz or any of our programs, but you do have to have access to a computer that is on the internet. And I have to assume that you have that, or you and I would not be having this lovely conversation right now, because this is an internet video. So you will have to have internet access on some computer. That's in a very small number of cases. The vast majority of people are going to activate their software online. If you're going to do it on a computer that is directly connected to the internet, all you have to put in is your activation key off the cover of your manual, and then do your little eye chart puzzle here, and then click OK. Bang, you're done. It's much easier with computers that are online than with ones that are offline. I've done both. It's almost an exponential factor of ease, between the two, because in one you're typing one number in, or one code in, another code in, you're done. If you do it offline, you have to do it all basically twice. You have to do all this, and then write all this down, schlep it over to another computer, type it all in again, get another number, come back and write it all down here. So it's a pain in the butt to do it offline, but if, like me, you have a reason why you don't want to put a computer on the internet, you can activate your software and have it work on a computer that is not directly connected online. So I just wanted to make that very clear to you. But in either case, once you've typed in all the proper key codes, you click OK, and the software will be activated, and you're good to go. Nothing else to it. Very simple. So just keep that in mind. Watch this video again if you're still not quite sure of the steps. Just It's not hard to do. I've done it with other software, and I'm about to do it with Rivka. So that should get you through the activation process. Next time around, we're going to go back to looking at analysis functions in our various playing programs. Of course, unless I get a better idea to do something else in the meantime. I do get detoured. But next time around, we should be looking at more analysis functions in the software. So until the next Chess-Based workshop, please to have fun.